Okay, so today's topic is one that I'm sure many parents have been challenged by, raising a teenage daughter. So today's question, we're a religious family and our teenage daughter dresses quite immodestly. Now, we live in a religious community and we find it embarrassing in public, and we often find ourselves feeling frustrated and upset and even angry. We've had countless talks with her, but she simply says, "This is how I dress. Accept me as I am." We don't know what else to say or to do. So, first, I would say that you are facing a painful and deeply emotional challenge that many parents do encounter, especially during the teenage years. Yet, it's important to remember and to recognize that your daughter is not just defying a dress code, but she's expressing a process of inner exploration and identity formation, which is normal for this time of her life. Now, adolescence, teenage years, is a stage of becoming, a time of intense change, self discovery, emotional ups and downs, a deep connection to friends, and importantly, seeking belonging. Your daughter is navigating a world filled with influences, pressures, curiosities, ideals of what beauty is, and conflicting messages. Yet it's important to remember that underneath her bold statements and outward appearance is still that same little dear child that needs her parents more than ever for guidance, stability, and unconditional love. Imagine a coach training an athlete. The coach doesn't expect perfection at every session, in every competition. The coach knows that there's victories and there's setbacks. There's times of intense motivation and moments of discouragement. But the coach never gives up. The coach stays present, hopeful, believing, patient, and persistent. You are those trainers in your daughter's life. You're not there to control her life, but to be there for your daughter, to believe in her potential, even when it's hard, when it's difficult to see. Now, for many of us, it's tempting to take our child's choices and behavior personally. And when we take it personally, what happens? It leads to feelings of embarrassment, anger, hurt, and even feelings of betrayal. Yet, Chassidus teaches that rachamim, compassion, is the channel through which deeper love is revealed. So rather than focusing on what feels like defiance and oppositional behavior, try to see the emotional and spiritual struggles underneath, which will arouse your compassion towards your daughter. Ultimately, your compassion and love can create a space where your daughter feels safe to grow. So, therefore, it's probably best at this point to stop commenting to your daughter on how she dresses. She already knows that you disapprove of her clothing choices. More conversations on this topic may only deepen resistance and widen the emotional gap between you and your daughter. But what might have a greater impact now is turning your attention to what's going right in the relationship. So, given that, I'd like to suggest 5 suggestions that might be helpful. For one, give her compliments, not just surface ones, but meaningful reminders of her strengths. For example, "I remember the way you stood up to your friend. That moment really stayed with us. Your sensitivity and courage were incredible. Even if it happened a month ago, 2 months ago, you can still bring it up. In fact, it might even be more effective, showing you remember something that happened. Say it in front of other people. Say it in front of say it in front of your say it in front of your spouse. Make her feel special. Secondly, don't underestimate the power of a warm smile, a gentle hug, or an unexpected act of kindness. Affection and positive attention go a long way in restoring closeness. Just that emotional expression really creates closeness. Thirdly, make time for her without an agenda. Have fun together, laugh together, just enjoy being together, enjoying each other's company. And four, ask her opinion on things she cares about. And even ask her opinion on things in your life. It doesn't have to be personal things, but just things in your life. Show her that you value her opinion. This helps to build her up and also creates closeness between you and her. And five, let her feel that your love is not conditional on her religious performance. When a child feels emotionally secure, they become more open to receiving your values over time. And six, trust her journey. She's on her journey, and trust her that this is her journey. Every soul has its own timeline, and what can we do? We need to be patient. Hashem entrusted this child to you, not to mold her into a copy of yourselves, but to nurture her unique neshama, her unique soul. The Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, often emphasized that no Jewish soul is ever truly lost. Sometimes the soul, the sparks, might just be hidden for a while. Yet, through your love and belief in her, it will give her the foundation she needs to reveal her potential and discover her own authentic path in serving Hashem.